Praise the Lord and good morning, good morning, good morning. For this is the day that the Lord has made. I am rejoicing and I am so glad in it. I hope you are excited about the word of the Lord on this morning. Listen, we woke up with new mercies. We woke up with new grace. We woke up in new favor. Today is a new day. Go ahead and drop that in the chat before you even tag anybody. I need you to prophesy to yourself. This is a new day. Today is the day that God shows himself as never before. Today is the day that I walk in the new, okay, here we go, that I walk in the newness of God, that I walk in the fullness of God, that I walk in the favor of God. Listen, I know I got out the gate swinging, but listen, when I woke up this morning and got into my devotion, I began to sing this song, Arise, O Lord, and let your enemies be scattered. And many of you that's I know I'm dating myself. I know y'all know I'm 51. But listen, many of you know this song. You've heard this song, Arise, oh Lord, let your enemies be scattered. So we used to sing that song, and I used to love that song. So when I was in my devotion this morning, that song kept coming up in my spirit. Y'all, listen. If you know what I'm talking about, say, Dr. I remember. That song when I was a little girl would just tear me to pieces. I could not wait. Whenever I heard them say, all right, I just knew it's on now. This is the song right here. And listen, because it would just encourage me to let me know, even when I was a little girl, that when God arrives, everything else got to bow low. When God arrives, everything got to scatter. Okay, on Monday, we talked about who are you great? Okay, I'm trying. Who are you, great mountain, that you should not bow low? And we learned that when in the Bible, when it talks about mountains, it's symbolic of obstacles or something that's standing in my way. But when it said, whenever it talked about a mountain in the Bible, it was significant because that meant that God's presence was going to show up. Oh, okay, here we go. And so whenever God's presence show up, that mountain has to melt. Okay, y'all. And then this morning, the Lord began to tell me, I began to sing that song, arise, oh God, let your enemies be scattered. Everything will be scattered when my God step on the scene. And I told y'all, 2025, they about to see who our God is. They about to see why we praise him like we do. They about to see why we love him like we do. They about to see why we serve him like we do. Arise, oh God, let my enemies, let your enemies, let my enemies, let them all be scattered. Why? Because God is about to show them who he really, my God. He's about to show the world who he really is. That's why this is, and I keep telling y'all, this is the year of judgment. God said, I'm about to reveal the heart of every man. The church and outside. He says it's going to start at the church, but it's going all over. He said, I'm about to reveal the heart of man. You about to see who they really are. Arise, oh Lord, let your enemies be scattered. Arise in your fullness. Arise in your power. Arise in your glory. Let the world know who you are and why we serve this God. I wouldn't serve, who wouldn't serve a God like this? When he step up on the scene, my enemy got to bow low. Listen, y'all, this week is all about faith. It's all about faith. Y'all already know I'm on one this morning. So I need you to go ahead and tag. I don't know what happened with the algorithm yesterday. And my daughter's like, well, were you on the live? And I said, I was on live. And she said, well, you ain't got like 400 or 500 views. And I was like, huh? Because normally we in the thousands by lunchtime. So I don't know what happened, but I need you to tag. I need you to share. I need you to help me to get the word of the Lord out. For me, it's not about a platform. It's about crying loud and sparing not. It's about letting the world know about the God that I serve. It's about letting the world know the strategies that you can make it. It's about letting the world know I'm exposing the enemy and all his tactics. That is why I say tag and share. Help me to get the word of the Lord out to let the people know that in the end we win. And some of us, a whole lot of us are winning right now. Oh, God. If you're winning right now, say, I'm winning right now. I'm winning right now. And listen, if that ain't you, you better say it in faith. You better say it, drop that in the chat. I'm winning right now. I don't have to wait till the battle is over. Oh, y'all, here we go. I don't have to wait till the battle is over. I can praise him right now. I can give him glory right now. I can dance right now. I can dance right in the face of the enemy. Why? Because I know who my daddy is. Oh, y'all, okay, let me get to the teacher because y'all pulling and y'all know we'll go there and we'll go way out left. But I told you all this week, God told me, he said, encourage my people. He said, encourage my people. Tell them to quit, to keep running. Tell them don't give up now. They've come too far. He says, tell my people They almost at the finish. My God, today. You almost at the finish line. You're about to see that thing you've been praying about. You're about to see that thing you've been fasting about. You're about to see it with your own eyes. You're going to live to see it. Okay? Because we're going to talk about some people today that died in faith. God told me to tell you that ain't going to be your story. You just got to know about their level of faith. They died, believe. Oh. Can you just drop? I know I got y'all dropping a lot in the chat, but can you put this in the chat? I'm going to live to see it with my own eyes. Okay, y'all. If you guys feel this about to be good, say it's about to be good, Dr. Reed. I sense it. I sense it. So let's get into this. What is faith? This is our recap. You didn't see yesterday, you got to go back and check that out. Look on my Facebook page, go on my YouTube. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you do that, because I got a feeling Facebook already doing some stuff. Y'all know I lost one page. I had one page that I had over 6,000 followers. I lost that page, had to get a whole new page and couldn't use my real last name, had to use my maiden name. And I was like, oh, Lord, gee. So people were like, well, I thought I was getting, I ain't think that was you. That's me. This is my new page. I'm still here. Listen, the devil ain't going to shut me down. Oh, no. Listen, when the Lord give you a word and he put it in your belly, it's like a fire that you can't contain. And you're going to get that word out. Come hell or high water. Oh, come hell or high water. I'm going to cry loud and spare not. Listen, so let's get into the word. We're talking about faith. God wants me to encourage you all week. If you have not made plans already, I'm telling you, all roads this Friday, 7 o'clock p.m. lead to 604. That Southern came out. 604 Doug May's place, Charlotte, North Carolina, right beside Sam's Club in University. That's where we are on Friday nights. Listen, God, he about to shake it up. So y'all get ready, because you're going to start seeing some more dates and all that coming. Sold out. We going places. Listen, I'm following that. Okay. Y'all, let me calm down. I'm following the cloud. See, if you was on any of my lives, was that 2024? And we talked about the cloud. I'm following the cloud. Cloud by day, fire at night. I'm following that. Can't follow the voice of man. Oh, okay. I can't follow the voice of man. I got to follow the cloud. I can't follow the voice of people. I don't think you do it. There ain't the time. You should wait. You should go. You should stay. I'm following the cloud right now. Got time for all these other voices. Who is this for? You better read that story about the Israel when Moses was leading the children, and then Joshua had to take over. They followed a cloud, but City. Okay, I don't know who that's for. You better get all them people out your ear. We talked about them ear gates yesterday. You better get all them people out your ear, and you better follow that cloud that God got in the sky. It says they follow a cloud by day and fire at night. Oh, God. And when the enemy came, the angel that was in front of them stepped back and went to behind. Okay, we're going to deal with faith. We going, y'all, I'm trying to hold it to Friday, because y'all know Friday. Jesus, I can't wait. Because it seems like it's been forever since I've been with the people of God in a sold out setting. Y'all know that's a whole different atmosphere. Sold out is a different atmosphere. You just have to come and experience. We all show up like, okay, God. It ain't this Dr. Three show. This ain't Prophetess Rebecca show, or this ain't the band show, or this ain't it's God's show. And we all just show up like, okay. Because what they know, one encounter, everybody was on the floor. Dr. Three too. Well, what nobody do it there. We were just travailing. Listen, I feel a travail in my spirit. So y'all better be ready for that. Okay, let me get to this. Let me get into this. What is faith? In the Bible, just drop this in the chat. Friday night. Okay, in the Bible, faith is the belief and the trust in God and his promises. Even when God is not physically present, I still have faith. That's faith. I have trust in his promises, even when I can't see him, even when I can't trace him, I still trust him. Woo, God, watch this. We learned on yesterday, faith is a combination, watch this, of trust, action, hope, and obedience. Drop them four in the chat. Trust, action, hope, and obedience. Today we're going to talk about now faith. Not tomorrow faith, now. N-O-W, now faith. I'm about to teach you like I promise you heard it this way before. Now faith. Now means Instantaneous. Now faith is. All this is present tense. Not yesterday faith was. No, now faith is. Oh God, right now. Listen, Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction. I'm reading a free translation. The conviction of things not seen. Oh God, listen. Hebrews 11:1 describes faith as confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what I do not see. Okay, can I make it a little bit plainer? Watch this. I read this word, therefore I have hope that He's gonna do what He said. He said, daughter, you shall be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Listen, so I'm hoping and I'm trusting in that word. I don't see that yet. Do y'all get it? Whatever you read in here, you may not see it yet. It's faith. I'm trusting in something I can't even see. Oh God. I have trust in, watch this, that He's going to give me the building even though I don't see the building. I have trust in what He showed me in the vision even though I can't see it in the natural. Ooh, watch this. It says, Hebrews 11:1 describes faith as confidence in what we hope for and assurance of what we do not see. Faith is listen, here we go today. Faith is a twofold process of trust and action. We don't talk about those two today. Trust and action. Listen. Faith is central to daily life with God. You can't walk with God, talk with God, say he walk with me, he talk, and all that stuff and not have faith. Watch this. In the Bible, hope is, listen to this, the confident expectation of what God has promised. It is based on faith in God. Listen, hope is based on, this is good right here. Hope is based on faith in God's faithfulness. I'll say it one more time. Hope is based on faith in God's faithfulness. He gonna do what He said. Who is this for? Do you have faith in God's faithfulness? Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Do you believe that? We sing it morning by morning. We sing all that. Do we believe it? I came to I'm challenging you this week, but I'm helping you to build your faith because many of us are on the fast. I said when I came on, I said Monday that this week we are fasting and we are consecrating. A lot of people fast for some different things, but the number one thing that you need to be fasting for is faith. Lord, build my faith. My faith ain't where it need to be. My faith, because I'm telling you, it's some people who say, well, you know what, I ain't got no money in the bank, so I don't think they're gonna give me no house. I'm the opposite. People to Adam walk. I went to the bank and like, you know what, I ain't nothing in that account, you ain't got to check it. But I know that, and because this is how, watch, because when you're walking in faith, you talk it. I walk it and I talk. Oh, okay. Can you drop this in the chat? I walk it and I talk it. So I go in the bank and I say, well, you can check my accounts. There's not enough in there for a down payment. But I do know that there has to be a program somewhere to help me to get a house. When you start talking to people like that, they be like, okay, well, you know, wait a minute, let me check. Or the opposite of that, I ain't got no money in the bank, and I don't know if y'all, I don't know. Can you help me? You gotta walk it like you talk it. Listen, so you gotta go in there, you gotta say, I don't have the finances right now, but they're on the way. But in the meantime, I know that there must be a program somewhere that can help me. Can you check your resources? That's how you talk. See, a lot of times you talk so defeated until people don't even want to help you. People always ask me, well, Doctor, how you have such confidence when you teach the word? Why? Because I believe all this. And I told God, I said, if you're going to call me to preach, then you sure enough better have something to say. Because I'll stand there like a mute. I have so much faith in the word. And listen, I have so much faith in the word of God. And I have so much faith in his voice that I know I hear him correctly. Where is your faith? Some things we don't have. And I'm going to show you something else that God told me about this season. And he even worked it out in my life. Watch this. Some of us don't even have what we should have because this has talked us out of it. You talk defeated, okay, and you wonder why you don't have nothing. You talk defeated and you wonder why you can't conquer nothing. Do you understand this morning? Do you talk in faith? I may not have it right now, but I know it's on the way and it's going to be here soon. Do you have enough faith to say, go pack some boxes, we're moving? Family said, where we going? I don't know, but I know we're going somewhere. Start packing. Watch this. And you can't say that. And then in 10 days, because you didn't get no money or whatever you thought you were supposed to get that was going to help you out naturally. Watch this. Then you start doubting God. Well, I don't know why we should never pack them boxes. Now I'm walking around here looking stupid. Now I'm walking around here looking. No, baby. You're walking around looking like a person of faith. Because and we're going to get to the testimony. Because your testimony going to be, you remember I told y'all to pack them boxes 5 months ago and y'all thought we wasn't going nowhere? Look at what God did. See, y'all, you're missing it. You're throwing in the towel too fast. You giving up on faith too fast. Watch this. Let's get into this. Hebrews 11, I'm going to read 1 through 13, I think. 1 through 13. It says, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. Watch, they were commended for their faith. Are you being commended? Are people talking about you? You know that girl right there? Because people say that about me all the time. Now, Peaches, that girl got some faith. She got some, like she from Africa type of faith. And I do. You know why? Because he's never, y'all, because he's never failed me. When I could tell y'all testimony after testimony after I can tell you testimony when God told me, I give you one good one. So I already had a house built from the ground up. This is like my 4th house. Listen, 4th house I done had built from the ground up. So I was staying in Gastonia, 4th house, and whatever happened, the Lord was like, you're gonna move. You're moving. And I'm like, moving. And so it ended up getting another house built from the ground up. I just walked into this one. And so I remember being in church and these people telling me, you're gonna need $10,000. Down payment. Listen, it's a whole story behind it. So I needed 10,000 Dr. Three's money, right? So I had been saving, just saving. I was just saving. And see, because people think, oh, she dressed like this and she must spend a lot. I really don't. Very, very, very financial conscious. So I don't waste a lot of money. Now I eat good, but I don't waste a lot of money. Let's understand it. So I had saved like over $10,000 sitting in my savings account. And then they told me they needed all of it. And I was like, oh, no. Okay, I can't give y'all all of that because that's sitting there for emergency because I got 4 daughters and I'm all they got and they might need something. My mama might need, my family might need, I need this money to sit. So anyway, so my daughter said to me, I think it was Crystal, well, if you got the money sitting there and waiting for when you're waiting for something bad to happen before you use the money, I mean, if it's your savings, I thought savings was for whenever we need it for emergency. This is emergency. So I was like, you know what? God, I don't want to get in my money. So I was still like, okay, because I'm already about to give y'all 100,000 because I'm selling the property that I'm in. And I'm telling them all the proceeds from this, I want to go on the new house. I don't put nothing in my account. Just put it on the new house. That was my God told me to do that. What were we doing? So I was in church and I think Apostle was preaching and the Lord said, I need you to sow. And there was a whole lot of zeros behind what he wanted me to sow. And I said, no. So I said, I cannot sow that because I know what I need to get in this house. And they need this Monday. They need this money Monday and the day Sunday. And you telling me to take from that. And they already want all of it. So now I'm going to be this amount of dollars short with all these zeros. But I said, okay, you know, me and Lord, we went, and he was like, okay, so you, because this is how the Lord talked to me. So you telling me no? Is you telling me no? That I told you to sow something? And are you telling me no? Yeah, okay, you know what? I think mid-sentence, Apostle was preaching. I just jumped straight up and just went up there, just put on the altar like, I'm done. And everybody looked at me like, what? I said, I'm done. Because this was not offering time. So y'all got to learn how to move when God say move. Listen, this wasn't offering time. This wasn't no time. So I just jumped up and sold. I said, God, I don't even know why, but I know if you told me to do it, you're up to something, y'all. And long story short, I closed on the house, right? Closed on the house. They got the 10, they got the other 100 too. And so I closed on the house and I was sitting at home maybe like a week later. Y'all, when I tell you checks started coming in the mail, you overpaid this amount of thousands. You overpaid this amount of thousands. You overpaid this one too, this amount of thousands. I was sitting there like, huh? And then I went to the bank to do something, and they pulled my account for something, and they were showing me my balances, and I was like, oh crap. So I said, well, I know Christian Crystal ain't putting no money in my account. So I called Brittany. I said, did you bless your mama? She said, no, ma'am. I said, it's a whole lot of zeros, Brittany. If you did it, just tell me you did it. I said, and the bank, y'all, when I tell you the bank couldn't tell me where the money came from to this day. That was my lesson on when God say move, you move in. Okay. I'm going to go back to this. It says that blessed you. Because see, we got to understand how to move when God say move. It could be about sowing. It could be about going to the altar for prayer. It could be about fasting. We got to learn to move in obedience to the voice of God. Problem is, a lot of us don't know it. We don't know his voice. So we second guess it. So I don't know. Well, why wonder what they're going to do with the money if I get, why? I don't care why. I don't care if you took the money that I sold you and brought you a Lamborghini. I don't care. That's between you and God. I know when God tell me to sow, he trying to get something to me. Y'all, so y'all. Okay. It says, Hebrews 11, 1 through 13. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance, I'm watching my time, about what we do not see. Verse 2. This is what the ancient were commended for. Their level of faith. Their faith. They were commended for this. Because you know how we know they were commended? Because we're still talking about them. You know how we commend, how we know they commended? Because we're reading about them. We're like, oh Lord, look at that. They just believed God. He told him to take his only son up there, and he was going to sacrifice. He took him through. He was going to kill him there. And we talk about their faith. God is saying, well, where is yours? Ooh, you have more than them. Where's your faith? He said, the thing that got me when God started telling me about this, he says, daughter, he says, wow, he said, when everybody's spazzing out, watch this, about Trump, he said, you do know it's a story in the Bible with Moses and Pharaoh? He said, and I used Pharaoh to do all that wickedness so I could prove my point. Y'all, but catch it. God said, I used Pharaoh. He said, read it. He says, I hardened Pharaoh's heart. He said, I did that. Y'all giving Satan all that credit. That was all me. God said, it was all me right there. I did that. Listen. Okay, let me, I'm going to leave that alone. Listen. So it says, we talk about their level of faith. Verse 3. By faith, we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. Watch this. Now we're about to get into the patriarchs of faith. Watch this. By faith, Abel brought God a better offering than Cain did. By faith, he was commended as righteousness when God spoke well of his offering. And by faith, Abel still speaks, even though he is dead. His blood is still speaking. Oh, God, watch this. Then it says, verse 5, by faith, Enoch, y'all know the story of Enoch, was taken from this life. See, he didn't even experience death. He was just caught up. Of his faith. Listen, he could not be found because God had taken him away. For before he was taken, he was commended as one who pleased God. Your level of faith pleases God because that let him know, I believe you. I don't care what this world look like. I told y'all, I don't care if Donald Duck in the White House. I don't care if eggs go to $20 a carton. I'm going to eat. I put premium in my cars. Oh, I'm going to drive. And I'm going to still be hollering and screaming and preaching. I don't care if how much the hotels increase their prices or the venues increase their prices. I'm still going to do this. Watch this. It says, verse 6, and without faith, listen, and without faith, it is impossible to please God. How you going to please him if you don't have no faith? Uh-oh. Here we go. How are you going to please him if you don't have faith? Watch this. Because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. If you seek him, you'll be rewarded. You seeking something. Watch this. You seeking God and you can't see him. So my seek never stop. My seek will never stop until I see him. Who? Y'all better drop, my God, today. My seek will never stop until I see him. Whew. Y'all better catch that one. My seek for him, my thirst for him will never stop until I can see him. I tell my team all the time, I say, I won't be satisfied until I get to X, Y, and Z. And I won't be satisfied until he say, that's my girl, well done, my good and my faith. I said, I won't be satisfied. I said, so y'all can get excited about this service and that encounter, and God did this and God did that. I said, I won't be satisfied, God, until he say, well done, my good and faithful servant. I said, then I'll be okay. Then I can stop planning the next event and the next event and the next encounter. And how can we reach this people? And how can we reach these girls? And how can we reach it? That's when I'll be satisfied. It says, here we go, 7, by faith, Noah, when warned about things not seen. Here we go. This is us today. By faith, Noah, when he was warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear, he built an ark to save his family. What you doing? I've been screaming this, 2024. Before COVID, I was saying something coming. I seen this. I seen houses. I seen people washing it. I was telling, it's in one of my books. I wrote it down. I said, I keep seeing everybody run to this huge sink, washing their hands. Everybody washing their hands. And I said they was washing their hands outside of like a car dealership. And then they went in another building and they were getting houses. And there was something with the houses. Everybody was like getting houses. I said, but everybody just kept running out, washing their hands. And then the vision switch. I can remember it's in one of them books. If you know what I'm talking about, just tell me the book. I wrote it all down in a book. It said that the people were outside the car dealership, but they were washing their hands in these humongous sinks, like lines and lines of people trying to wash their hands. Then they went in this other room and they was getting loans for houses because houses ended up being really cheap all of a sudden. Then they went and God was telling me, he says, come over here. God. So I went to where the voice of God was, and he said, you see all them graves out there? And it was graves as far as the eye could see. And he said, they blaming that on me, but that's not me. Whew. Y'all, what did it say? By faith, Noah, when warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear, he built an ark to save his family. I can go back before COVID, when I first started going live on here, and it's been years, I was warning. And I say, Lord, I feel like John the Baptist. God, are you ever going to give me an encouraging word? Are you ever going to let me just tell the people that they're going to be blessed and they about to prosper? And he said, no. He said, there will be instances of that. He said, but your assignment is to warn my people. He said, your assignment is to get my people ready. He said, all those dreams you kept having before you even started sold out. In every dream, you were gathering my people. And the sad part, and the part that really makes me shake when I think about those visions, we were always hidden. So I'm telling you, something is coming because we were hidden. And I was telling the people, we're going to be all right. It was like we were always in a hidden, like a place hidden away from everybody else. So it's going to come a time where you're going to... It's not going to be a Dr. 3 on here saying it. You have to know it for yourself because this will be no more. Watch what I tell you. social media will be no more. It won't be a such thing as you can get online and I can just go live whenever I want to. And y'all log on. Hey, doctor, watch what I tell as a prophet of God. Because watch this. The enemy wants to silence the voice of God. It won't happen. You're just going to have to get it a different way. That's why I keep saying, y'all subscribe to my YouTube, because Facebook been acting funny with my ministry. People that, if you know me, you already know Facebook been acting funny with my ministry. So I'm just sitting back waiting and preparing for what God wants me to do next. Listen, so it says, let me keep going. It says, so by faith, when Noah was warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear, he built the ark to save his family. By faith, he condemned the world and became heir. Listen to this. By faith, he became the heir of righteousness that is in keeping with faith. Watch this. Verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as an inheritance, he obeyed and went. Here we go. God telling me to go somewhere, but it can't be God because I don't know where I'm going. Okay, so Abraham went. Verse 8. When called to go to a place he would later receive as an inheritance, he obeyed and went, even though he didn't know where he was going. You know why God do that with us sometimes? He'll tell you to leave a certain place, leave a certain app, leave a certain, because you're too familiar with everybody there. And he won't even tell you where you're going. You know why he ain't gonna tell you? Because you're gonna tell everybody, yeah, girl, because I'm going on over here. Y'all get ready. We go. You ain't gonna even know where you're going. Just go. That's for somebody listening to me right now. God done told you to leave. He done told you to go. You're like, I don't know where I'm going to go. He'll let you know when you start walking. Make the first step of obedience. It says, by faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place where he would later receive as an inheritance, he obeyed and he went. He obeyed and he went. Can y'all drop that in the chat? Obeyed and he went. Obedience, even though he did not know where he was going. By faith, he made his home in the promised land, like a stranger in a foreign country. He lived in tents, as did Isaac and Jacob, who were heirs with him of the same promise. Verse 10. For he was looking forward to a city with foundations, whose architect and builder is God. I don't know where I'm going, but God got it prepared for me. I don't know where I'm going, but wherever I'm going, God already got it laid out for me. God already got it set up for me. Where I'm going is already prepared. I just got to get there. I got to be obedient because it's already laid out for me. Who is this for? I don't know where I'm going. Chad. Okay. God can't give you all the and y'all hear me say this all the time. I promise you, if I would have knew sold out was going to turn into all of this, I probably wouldn't have did it. All I thought I was going to do, let's just do some Friday nights, honey. I ain't know this is gonna start some retreats for the women, retreats for the girls. Now we're doing the nursing home. Now we're doing the back to school. Now we're doing the sponsorship for Christmas. Now we're doing the scholarships. Now we're doing the sponsorship for Thanksgiving. I ain't know all that was coming. I was just like, yay, we're gonna do service on Friday night. Yay, God gonna give me a word once a month. And I was real happy. Happy. And God said, okay, yeah, because I can't give it all to you right now. But my obedience, listen, it's causing me to go in places and my voice to be heard in places that my feet may never go. I shared the letter with my team from my spiritual daughter in India. And she said, when are you coming? They want me in India. Listen, so you have to understand that your obedience will take you to great places and it makes God smile. She trusts me. She trusts my voice. She's just great. And so why do you think God keep giving Dr. 3 and some of you all assignment after assignment after assignment after assignment? You know why he's doing that? Because he can trust you. I told her to do this. She went and did it. I told her, this is probably how God sit and have a conversation about me. I spoke to this girl and told her to go do a worship and a warfare. First of all, people came at her. That don't make sense. That title don't sound right. It may not sound right to you. But it's exactly what God whispered in my ear. Well, who gonna come? Because you ain't no pastor. Because I wasn't on social media. I remember going to the radio station doing live interviews with Tanya Robbins. Anybody remember when I did that? On the radio talking about worship and warfare. Me, LaDessa Brown, I just found some people went running through the sanctuary because I heard her singing. And I said, that's the voice that I heard. That's how me and her linked up. I heard her voice singing months before I even met her. And so we met and I told her what I wanted. She was like, oh, that's great. Didn't know her, just met her that one time. I started worshiping warfare. God said, okay. Because I knew you were crazy enough just going out there and do that. Packed out every time. And so I kept doing it. And so when God said, well, I can trust you with that, I'm going to give you something else. I can trust you with that, I'm going to give you something bigger. I can trust you with that, I'm going to let you mentor my daughters. I can trust you with that. Okay, I'm going to let you mentor the younger girls. Okay, I can trust you with. To whom much is given, much is required. It takes a level of faith. Watch this. Faith is, watch this. I ain't had the money for worship and warfare. Because it wasn't no, let me get on here and y'all sow, and I'm going to take all the seeds and I'm going to go rent a place. No. You know what God told me? I want you to take your paycheck, pay for everything up front. You ain't raising no offerings. What? Because now this is me. I'm not throwing off on nobody. God, the way God does my ministry, he's never had me to raise the offering to pay for the event. You're not raising the offering to pay the people, the minstrels, the psalmists, the dancers. He said, no. The level of integrity, listen, that I will have you to walk in is like this. He said, you're going to pay for all of it. The first one, you're going to pay for it all out your pocket. And y'all, if you came to the first worship and warfare, you know I had just, listen, I had Steve Dalton and Leviticus. I had LaDessa. I had a dancer. You name it, I had it. Because I wanted to give God my absolute best. I want to give it to you the way I seen it. You said it should be a sound like on earth, like it is in heaven. And that's what I was going after. So I got all these people. God said, now you pay them. Pay for the building. Pay for the sound. Pay for the band. Pay for the psalmist. Pay for it. Pay it. Everybody that do something gets a seed. Nobody's doing anything for free. If they don't want the seed, then it has to be on them to get it back. But you're not going to say, I didn't pay them. I did it exactly like God told me. Then he said, because you'll never have a service to raise the money to pay for the service. He said, the level of integrity, he said, you will pay up front for everything that you do, not after the fact. And that was my level of faith. Because I was like, well, wait a minute. So I'm going to take everything that I got. And then he was like, yeah, do it as unto God. So I did it and I didn't complain. And here we are, all the way down the road, still hollering and screaming, still giving God glory. Listen, because he's faithful, even when we're not. He gonna do what he said, even when we don't. Listen, and so it says, let me keep going because I don't want to stay there. It says, where we at? Okay, verse 11. And by faith, even Sarah, who was past childbearing age, wasn't able to bear children because she considered, watch this, she considered him faithful who had made the promise. She had faith in God's faithfulness. Whoo! She said, wait a minute, if you said it, all right, if you said it, it shall surely come to pass. If you said it, it's going to come to pass. She had faith in God's faithfulness. He can't lie. He can't lie. Watch this. And so what I love about it, they didn't even have all these testimonies that we got now. They didn't have all these stories that I'm reading to you right now. We got all this. We done seen God do all the stuff in the Bible, stuff in our cousin, them, grandmama, them, all our lineage in the church, in the world, and we still don't have faith. Help me understand that. How can you not believe God? But we'll believe, because I'm telling you what you believe. We believe, I bet you if I go to work all week, that they're going to have my check in my account come Friday. I believe that. You don't even question that. You got enough faith to believe if I sit my big butt in this chair, it's going to hold me. Think about it. You have faith. We have faith in so many things. That's why we spaz out when the things that we have faith in let us down. I paid my light bill while my lights ain't on. Oh, really? I went to work all week while my check's short. Really? See, we have faith in those things. We have more faith in things than we do in God. And so when we like that, stuff like how the world is going now, we start getting shaken. Because our faith is in that, not God. Right? So listen, it says, so Sarah, listen, considered God faithful because he the one that made the promise. Verse 12. And so from this one man and he as and so from this one man and he as good as dead came descendants, because he was Abraham was old. The Bible says he was good as dead. It said, but from him and Sarah came descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as countless as the sand on the seashore. Watch this. This is what I love about this. Listen to verse 13. All these people were still living by faith when they died. I'm going to say that one more time. All these people were still living by faith when they died. Watch this. They did not receive all the things promised. They only saw them with their spiritual eyes and welcomed them from a distance, admitting that they were foreigners and strangers on earth. All these promises. Listen, Abraham and Sarah. They didn't see all their descendants? It was a promise that God made to them. Because it says, do you think they lived long enough to see all the descendants what did it say? Their descendants were as numerous as the stars in the sky and as countless as the sand on it. They didn't live to see all that. They died before the promise came to full fruition. Ooh. Your grandmama and them, watch this, prayed some stuff, had faith enough to believe some stuff. Some of us, Dr. 3, I'm sure that both my grandmothers and my daddy and all of them prayed some stuff over my life. And they didn't live to see it come to pass. Because I can guarantee you that Mother Paulin and Mother Broom, what you see me doing, I guarantee you they prayed that. I guarantee you they prayed this. They can't see it. Listen, it happened after they were gone. Watch this. It says, let me get down to this. Oh, this is what I want to get into. Oh God, I'm so far off my time. Now faith is the substance. Faith is the sense that gives us evidence of the invisible, the spiritual world. That's what faith does. Faith allows me to sense something about the happening. I sense a move of God. I sense something is off. I sense God about to shift something. That's faith. Watch this. Physical eyesight. Watch this. Okay, here we go. Faith is the sense that gives us evidence of the invisible and spiritual world. Watch this. Faith extends beyond what we learn from our senses. Huh? What are you talking about, Doctor? My senses, I can see it, smell it, taste it, hear it. Faith goes beyond that. I can't see it, but I believe. Y'all understand? Listen, physical eyesight produces a conviction or evidence of visible things. Faith is, watch this, the organ which enables people to see the invisible. I can't see what you're talking about in the spirit, Dr. 3, if I don't have faith. I got to see it before I see it, or I never will seize it. Do y'all get it? I got to see it before I see it, or I never will seize it. Whew. You have to see it in the spiritual realm first before you can ever see it in the physical. That's faith. Watch this. It says, okay, faith does not, listen to this. This is good. Faith does not contradict reason, though it may go beyond reason. Ooh, I'm gonna say it again. Faith does not contradict reason. Watch this. Therefore, faith is a belief that's beyond reason, but not a contradiction to reason or against reason. What are you saying, Doctor? Okay, so this is faith. I know if I go to work and I work all month, I'm on salary. So I know exactly how much my check is going to be. That is enough for me to go. if I save up all my money, that is enough for me to, let me see, buy the car of my dreams by the end of the year. Faith says, you can have a car of your dreams before the end of the year, but still go to work every day. And so, wait, what? It doesn't get away with the fact that I got to go to work. Y'all get it? But it's saying that God is working on another way to get this thing to me. That's going to almost be a sweatless victory. There's a miracle in the making. There's a miracle in the making when I intertwine my reason with my faith. Reason says, yeah, I work this amount of hours. This is how much money I'm going to make. Yep, I can afford it. Faith says, I don't care if I can't afford it. God told me I could have it. So something else, God must be about to work something else behind the scenes that I don't know nothing about. So I'm just going to keep going to work every day doing what I do and let God do what he going to do. Faith. Y'all see it? Listen, it says, faith is the substance. Faith is the listen to this. Faith is the willingness to trust in and rely on and cling to God. Whew. Say that again. Faith is the willingness to trust God. Faith is the willingness to hold on to God's word. Faith is the willingness to rely on what God said. Lean not to my own understanding. That's faith. But in all my ways, I'm going to acknowledge him. He's going to direct. Faith say he's going to tell me which way to go. Because this flesh may lead me wrong. So I ain't following this flesh. I'm about to follow God. I'm about to follow that cloud. Here we go. Watch this. Faith enabled people in the past to overcome. Here we go. People of faith are over. Y'all drop this in the chat. People of faith are overcomers. Y'all, I got so much of this. I promise you, I got about like, there's no way I'm going to finish this. There's no way I'm going to finish this. It says, listen. People of faith are overcomers. For by it, the elders obtained. Here we go. I was talking about this earlier. By faith, the elders obtained a good testimony. Listen to the history behind this. These Jewish Christians that he's teaching this to were discouraged and thought of giving up on Jesus, listen, and Christianity. Anybody there? Anybody there? I get messages every day. I'm tired. I'm tired of going through. Can God pick somebody else? Right here. It says these Jewish Christians were discouraged and thought about giving up on Jesus and Christianity. They needed, listen to this, y'all. They needed a good testimony. And so they needed these examples of faith to break them out of discouragement. Who am I talking to today? You need this word so you can be encouraged. I said, God, all week, God said, you're going to encourage my people. You need this word to encourage you because of the times that we live in. You need this word to encourage you to know that God is still on the throne. You need this word to encourage you to know that he will never leave you and he will not forsake you. You need this word to encourage you so you will know that God takes care of the birds. He's going to take care of you. Says they needed a good testimony. So then he goes on in this text, Hebrews 11. He goes on to start talking about the people of faith. Watch this. The first one, we already mentioned it. He talks about is Abel. By faith, Abel offered to God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. The difference between the sacrifice of Cain and the sacrifice of Abel was not between the animal and the vegetable. Watch this. The difference was that Abel's sacrifice was made by faith. Do you know? This is why I tell people, I say it's not equal seed. It's about the sacrifice. Because Dr. Three maker sold $5,000. It ain't bother me. It ain't gonna bother you to sow $5,000 when you got $50,000 in the bank. But tell somebody who got 100 that you need them to sow 75. Bigger sacrifice. Bigger move of faith. Because I needed this $75. I needed this $75 to go pay a bill. But God just spoke and told me to sow it. Bigger faith. Then Dr. Three giving $5,000 because Dr. Three got 50 in the bank. Ooh. So when people tell me I ain't have but $1, baby, your dollar is like 1,000. I ain't having it. No, don't you ever downplay your sacrifice. Okay. Don't ever downplay your seed. Because if people knew how to sow correctly, watch this, a seed hurt. I teach this all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sow a seed. A seed hurt. Why? What do you mean a seed hurt? When Arnie bought the threshing floor, they were going to get this. You can have it. He said, no. He said, I ain't going to offer my God nothing that didn't cost me something. He said, I ain't offering God something that I got for free. Is you crazy? Watch this. When God sent his son Jesus, that seed had to hurt. I got to send my only son to be put in the ground. A seed. Okay. A seed ain't gonna do nothing until you sow. Okay, but let me stay here because people think you're begging real quick. So let me go back. Let me go back to this. So it says, Enoch, verse 5-6. Enoch faith. He was taken up. Watch this. And he did not taste death. Then he said, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is the reward of those who diligently seek him. Watch this. Noah's faith. We talked about this. What did Noah do? By faith, Noah, watch this. I like these words right here. Being divinely warned. That's all I've been doing. I've been divinely warning people. Why do you say it's divine? Because I ain't telling you about how you're going to get a house, a car, and prosperity, and go over here and do this, and you're going to get this, and buckle your right shoe, and loose your left shoe. Divinely warned. Watch this. Of things not yet seen, he moved with godly fear and prepared an ark and saved his whole household. Noah was divinely warned about something that he hadn't. It's gonna rain. We ain't never. What you mean? Water gonna fall from the sky? We ain't never seen that before. Same thing people were saying to me, Doctor, what in the world are you talking about? People gonna be washing their hands in these big old sinks. What are you talking about? How's mortgages gonna be that low? How people gonna just get houses like that? I did. Ask me what my interest rate on. You would, if I told you right now, the house that I'm sitting in that's now worth almost $500,000, the interest rate would just. When I tell you they be trying to get me to refinance, I'm like, oh, no, I shall not be moved. No, you can't beat my interest rate. All these things God told me before they happened. Watch this. And people did me like they did Noah. What you mean is why would we be washing our hands? And what are you talking about? The people that died, it wasn't God faulting. God know who gonna die. I mean, something is coming that's gonna cause a lot of people to die, is what I was telling people. And it's not going to be like you just died natural causes. It's not going to be like you just got sick. This thing and everybody was talking. And here we are. Listen. What was I screaming? Fire, fire, fire. And now my phone blowing up. Did you see all the fire in California? Yeah. Yep. Well, what you think? What you mean what I think I told you was going to happen before it happened? I don't think nothing. I think God is thankful to his word. I thank God that he warned us. I thank God that he told me what to do and how to prepare. But Doctor, why you telling anybody to get cash? I ain't got that much cash. I go get it when I can. Okay, so guess what? Well, now when the ATMs and everything is acting crazy, you can't go get nothing because you ain't got no money. Because what I ain't gonna do is I listen. Those of us that listen, I ain't taking my cash trying to split it with you. I got enough for me and mine. I was sharing, I think it was like, I don't know if it was 24 or right before, it was 24, but it was towards the end. So it was like October, November, around in there, December, when God said, you better start tithing. I shared it. Oh, people, that's Old Testament. You ain't got to tithe. That ain't New Testament. Well, baby, don't tithe. But understand this. When the time comes, you're going to wish you had her. Because the tithe is going to be all right. But see, people don't like when I talk like that. Because tithes, that's Old Testament. I don't believe in that. And I'm still going to be blessed. And I'm still going to get that. Okay. Do you? Because I ain't arguing with you about that. We ain't going to fall out about if you believe in tithes. We ain't doing that over here. Because as for me and my house, we's going to tithe. Been tithing all my life. And the fruit is fruiting. For real. That's why I don't mind telling people, oh, Dr. 3, I want for nothing. My daughters, they want for them grands. Oh, baby, ask me. Want for nothing. I believe all of this book, not just some of it. I don't find the parts that fit me where I'm at to make me feel good or to satisfy me. All of it works. But I ain't gonna fall out with people about no tithe. That's what we're not doing over here. Do you? But listen, let me. If that bless you, said Dr. that blessing, that just set some people free. Because y'all falling out folk because they ain't tithing and they don't believe what you believe. And you trying to convince. I ain't convincing. So they trying to change you, and you trying to change them, and everybody trying to change each other. Do you? Watch this. It says, faith. Okay, we talk about Abraham. Abraham believed and stepped out on faith, going to a place he didn't even know where he was going. Yet thousands of years later, God did not remember this is what I want to talk about. Delayed obedience. Here we go. I knew it was something I had to say. And y'all, I promise I'm getting off here. Delayed obedience. Ooh, watch this go. I'm gonna mess a lot of church folk up with this one. Because we just want to condemn folk, condemn them. You're going to hell. You shouldn't have. You're dying. You're wrong. Delayed obedience. Can y'all say teach your Dr. 3? Listen, delayed obedience. Because we want to crucify everybody. Watch this. By faith, Abraham obeyed. Abraham did step out on faith, going to a place God promised him. Watch this. But his faith was less than perfect. Ooh, I'm about to mess with y'all now. His faith was less than perfect. This is seen when you look at Genesis 12, 1 through 5, Acts 7, 2 through 4, where it is evident that Abraham first went halfway. Ooh, Abraham was so obedient, honey. He just went. As soon as God told him, honey, he dropped everything. He went straight. He went halfway. Uh-oh. When you read the Bible. He went halfway to where God called him and only eventually obeyed completely. Delayed obedience. Did that change the promises of God? Nope. But I'm gonna talk about some more people. I'm gonna come back to that. Because I don't want you to think, well, I can just do it when I get ready. No, baby, because you don't know when the day nor the hour may come, when he will return. You don't know when your time is up. Watch this. I just buried 2 cousins back to back with cancer. One, Renee, my sister, hadn't even turned 60. The other one that we just buried this weekend was in her early 60s. You don't know when. You don't know when. Says halfway. It says it is evident that Abraham first went halfway to where God called him and only eventually obeyed completely. Watch this. Yet thousands of years later, God did not remember the delayed obedience. He only remembered the faith. Listen, the doors of the church is open. It says thousands of years later, God not talking about you just only went halfway and I had to tell you what to do, and then you kept on going, and that's how we do. God said, I ain't worried about that delayed obedience. He says, I'm looking at the fact, watch this, that you had faith. Woo, do y'all hear this? I ain't do it right the first time, baby. But can you do it now? I did it. I started and I stopped. But can you finish it now? Who am I talking to? Finish it now. Finish it. Drop that in the chat. Finish it now. Finish it now. I'm gonna give you one more. Sarah's faith. Watch this. Watch this. By faith, Sarah herself also received the strength to conceive a seed. She bore a child when she was past the age of childbearing, because she judged him faithful who had made the promise. Therefore, from one man and him as good as dead, they conceived, and we talked about his descendants are as numerous as the stars in the sky and the sand and the grains of sand on the seashore. But watch this. Sarah's faith was not perfect. Watch this. Sarah's faith was not perfect. Watch this. She first laughed in unbelief. Genesis 18:9 through 15. And then she learned to laugh in faith. Genesis 21:6. When When the promise was first revealed to her, she started laughing. It is not like, watch this. The Lord spoke, Sarah, you're going to have a child. And she went and dropped it like it was hot, and her and Abraham got it on. That is not how, it said she laughed. She laughed. Y'all see this? Her faith was less than perfect. We read that same story with Elizabeth, where she got pregnant and she was old, and her husband, what did he do? God shut his mouth. Didn't say they were perfect. Delayed obedience. A little bit of doubt. But all we talk about is their faith. Huh? What did it say? God said about Abraham. It says, God did not remember the delayed obedience. He only remembered the faith that you did it. I don't know who this is for today, but you better do everything God telling you. Delayed obedience. He said, I'm looking at your faith. Did you do it? Yeah, you got delayed. Yeah, because I done that. God gave me some assignments doing. I'm like, okay, let me. Oh God, I want. And you drag on your feet, drag up your God looking like, come on. You run that, and you feel like you get to the point you feel like you run out of time. So then you heard him do it, and then God don't even talk about. Well, look how long it took you to do it. It took you 5 years to get that. He just look at the fact that you did it. Could y'all stop? Can you stop beating yourself up and just get it done? Can we stop going around and around this thing about how much time you'd wasted? And can you just go ahead and get it done? Listen, it says, oh God. Okay, let me see. All of these people, so everybody I talked about, Abraham, Sarah, Noah, Enoch, all of them died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them from afar off, were assured. Watch this. Therefore, because they didn't see all the, like Abraham and Sarah never seen all their descendants. But watch this. Therefore, God was not ashamed. Listen. God is not ashamed to be called their God. He ain't ashamed to be called their God. Their Lord. The Lord over their life, their God. They ruler, they guide, their God. He said, I'm not ashamed to be called their God. Watch this. For those courageous enough to believe in God and to believe in him as real, and heaven and eternal life as real, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has a prepared city waiting for his people. Watch this. Here, I want to close with this thought. We often consider the idea that we should not be ashamed of God. Watch this. But have you ever considered that we may make God ashamed of us? Ooh, let's flip it. I shouldn't be ashamed of God. But do I ever make God ashamed of me? Ooh. Have you ever said, you know what, that's my girl. That Dr. 3, oh, that's my girl. You see, she got it on all her t-shirts, on her car. She got it on everything. That's my girl. And then I go do something stupid. And he be like, you know what? She messed up. Says, have we ever considered that we may make God ashamed of us? Watch this. When we do not regard God and heaven and eternity as real, watch this. There can be a sense in which God is ashamed to be called our God. If you deny me, I'm going to deny you. When you over here with Dr. 3, you holy. But when you out there, you act like you don't even know me. And if people bring me up, you tell me, child, anybody want to do, we ain't doing all that tonight. We ain't doing all that, honey. No. He said, okay. All right. So you just denied me. Okay. So harsh thing when you flip that thing around, right? Listen, oh Lord, I am so over my time. I got to get off here. If you, I got the text. I got the text. I'm going to put it up. If you want to sow into this word, the information is on the bottom of the screen because I got to get off here. The information is on the bottom of the screen. Listen, I want you to tag that now in all caps, faith. Now faith. Now faith. I'm not shaking because I have faith now. Faith is active. Faith is action. I am moving. I am breathing. I am walking because of the faith that I have. I'm walking. I'm following the cloud. Okay, here we go. I'm following the cloud. Who is this? This is good to me this morning. I'm going to follow that cloud. Follow that cloud in faith. Where he leads me, I will follow. I go with him. I go with him all the way. Who? Oh, see, there y'all go pulling again. I go with him all the way. Why? Because he ain't going to lead me astray. He ain't going to have me out here looking crazy. He ain't going to tell me to start something and not finish it. My God is sure the work that he begun in you. Oh, okay, here we go. The work that he begun in you and you and you and you, he is sure to perform it. He will do what he said. He will do what he said. And you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Listen, if you want to sow, the information is on the bottom of the screen. I want you to tag that now, N-O-W, faith. Now, faith. I'll be back here again in the morning, 5:30 a.m., decreeing and declaring the word of the Lord. Listen, make plans to be with me this Friday. This Friday. I'll put the other thing up so you can make sure that you register. Go to my page for our fellowship. I want to fellowship, talk with you all, eat real good, just have a good time. You'll learn about me. I'll learn about you. I share the ministry. Some people may want to join. Some people maybe just want to be in fellowship. Whatever, we're going to do that on February 23rd, but you need to register. Listen, this is my last week actually of doing the registration because then I'm done. I got to close it out. So I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a good day on purpose. Listen, follow that cloud. Can y'all do me a favor? Follow the cloud. Follow the cloud. Follow the cloud. I love you and God bless you.